What's up, everyone? This is Handguard from Fear Productions, and first off, let me take my glasses off because I'm getting a reflection. Here today to talk to you a little bit about my AK. Can't do any shooting videos right now, unfortunately, because for the next foreseeable future, it's going to be about 5 to 0 degrees outside. It's pretty cold out there right now. It's freezing down here in my basement, as you can see. Got all winter gear on here, if you want to call it that. But anyway, the AK that I got is the Century Arms C39V1 Rifle. I jumped on it as soon as they came out with them, and of course it's been a while because Century has a bunch of different versions now. But I didn't really do my research when I purchased it, in that, you know, different accessories, what would go on, what wouldn't. I just assumed stuff would fit. That was an error on my part, and hopefully this video can help some of you out if you have this rifle and you want to know what can fit, what won't. So I found all this out when I purchased, or I received as gifts for Christmas, the Magpul Zukov-S stock and the Magpul Handguard for the AK-47. Tried to put both of them on, and neither of them would fit at all. So I started looking at them and comparing them to my old handguard that I had on there. And I realized, hey, I could probably Dremel this stuff to make it work. If you're not good with the Dremel, I wouldn't recommend doing these modifications, but I'll at least tell you what I did. If you guys want to see a video of exactly what I did to the stock and the handguard, I'll be more than happy to take the AK apart here and show you what I did. But without further ado, you guys seen this in my other video. Century Arms C39V1, and I do have the Zukov stock. That's the only difference from the last video. I recently got another one from Primary Arms, because the original ones I had I sent back thinking, oh, I can't do those. And I got to thinking, maybe I can. So I ordered another one, looked at it, and sure enough, I can. As you can tell, it's not exactly perfect. There is some spacing in there, but just like the other one, this thing it's solid, so I'm not too worried about it, and it does fold just like it's supposed to. So this is a very trial and error-esque gun. From the factory, it has the upper and lower tang. As you can see on mine, let me see if I can get it. There you go, perfect, right here. As you can see on mine, I did some dremeling to it, and I took off the lower tang, and I sanded down and smoothed it out and everything, so that the other stock that we got, I first purchased this and I sold it to Varnell, and then I traded it back to get it back. But the other stock that was on here was just a Tapco car stock, buffer tube, mil-spec one. But it had the same problem. It couldn't take the upper tang or the lower tang. So we both looked at it, evaluated it, and he asked me if I could go ahead and hack it off. So I did, and it turned out great. But for the Zukov stock, so the other stock, the insert is about ½ inch in width and height. If that probably doesn't make sense. The square, each side's a ½ inch. So I got looking at this stock, and I'm like, well, I really don't want to take too much off of it, because it might not work. It was basically a $100 gamble trying to get this stock to work, and it turned out in my favor, thankfully. So what I did is I hacked off the amount needed, sanded it down, made it look somewhat pretty, and then I had to go around the edge of the stock itself, or the insert itself, and file it down, or grind it down until it got where it needed to be. It fit right in. I had to take one of the screws I have in my tool shed and cut it down to be able to fit in the upper tang up here. Reason being, if you look in here, you have this little part that the screw would, screws into, but I had to hack it off because the stock needed to fold and it would have interfered right there. So I got rid of that. Now this here, when I took the parts off that I did from the stock, the QD mount here just kept popping in and out. I was kind of bummed about that, but even with just this in, the stock was not secure. It kept loosening up and loosening up. So I got to looking at it, and I realized I could run a bolt, as you can see, bolt there through, and then just screw it in, with the nut on the other end, and the gun still cycles fine. The action, it goes back and forth normally. That's not an issue. Well, as some of you guys know, if you've been on the channel for a while, when we used to play paintball a lot, I did a lot of work with Tippmanns, and I had several Tippmann parts kits in there from the reviews and everything that we did. So that's a Tippmann bolt right there. One of the longer bolts that generally would go on the back of a 98 Customer and A5. So Tippmann saved the day. Slid through, put a washer on it, secured it just fine. So I was very happy with the outcome of that. A couple other things to note. If you want to put, I believe this is a Krebs safety, hold open safety. For this rifle, I had to mill off the little nubbin there that would normally hold the safety from going down any further. As you can see, it would have interfered right there. So that had to come off. Again, still functions fine. Moving up to the handguard. Same thing with the front part of the handguard here. It would not fit in this AK, I think, is based off a Polish design, because I know the Polish AKs have a rear tang, if I'm correct, and it's smaller. It's a smaller attachment here in the front, or insert here in the front. So again, I looked at my handguard and sized it up, cut it down, put it in, and it's in there secure. I did have to, the little metal insert that comes with the handguard has two little nubbins that I assume would just fit over the barrel or the gas tube for security. I had to shave those down for everything, because it's the Ultimac gas tube rail, for everything to fit together, but it's one secure package up here. It's not going anywhere. So I was very, very pleased with all of that. And really, the only other thing that I plan on doing to this rifle is I'm going to kind of take the smooth things down on the inside so the action cycles a little bit better, because as you can see here, the normal Century Arms bolt hold open that doesn't really mean to be a bolt hold open. It's not really bad, but it's subtle enough to where well, as you can see right there, I mean, it doesn't do it if you just rack it really fast, but I'm going to take some sandpaper and smooth everything out in there, smooth the hammer down a little bit, just to make make this glide. That's what it should be doing anyway. But as for that, it doesn't impede the cycling of the gun. I've never had an issue with it jamming or anything that's not magazine related. And even still, we've only had really one or two issues with this gun. It's not been the rifle that's the problem. It's always the magazine. But I think that's about it with the custom modification that I did to this rifle, other than putting the ALG trigger in it myself. And I think that's really it. So if you guys have any questions, or you want to see what I did, if you own one of these rifles or a Polish type AK, and you want to see what I did to the stock and to the handguard, I'll be more than happy to make a video for you guys. And I just wanted to kind of give my thoughts. Now, once the weather gets warmer, I'll be taking this out. It's going to have a red dot on it, probably different rear sights. I have the excess big dot front sight with the tritium insert. I need to toy around with that to make sure it is zeroed in with that, and then zeroed in with the red dot, and then we'll do some shooting videos. And I'm really excited to try out this ALG trigger, because it's just, dry firing it feels amazing. So I can't wait to get it out on the field and test it out. So I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Like I said, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to either message me through the through the channel or comment. And if you want to see a video of the stock and the handguard, I'll be more than happy to take everything apart and go over in detail what I did to get those to work. So I want to thank you guys again. If you're living somewhere right now that's cold, stay warm and be safe. God bless.